Hey, welcome to Yoga with Dana Marie. I am bringing you a themed class today. We're going to work on forward bending and just how to play with that a little bit. Um, I know a lot of people struggle with tight hamstrings, tight low back. So I want to help you open up that whole back body. We have not just, sometimes we think of just our hamstring or just the lower leg or just in our low back, but we are connected from our feet up the backs of our legs, up through our back to the top of our head to our forehead. So you have all of that connecting. So you want to make sure that you're warming those muscles up before you commit to hanging out for a while. At least that's what works good for my body. And we're all different. So I'm going to give you a lot of different variations to be able to work your pose, work your stretch. I like to wave and wiggle a little bit. That works in my body. So if you want to join me, feel free to do that. If you want to stay in more a linear position, do that too. But just come to your mat with an open mind and we'll get started. So I want you to just sit comfortably and think about your sit bones and allow the sit bones to just sink into your mat. Relax your legs. I invite you to rest your hands on your knees, or you can extend the arms, turning the palms of the hands up. If you'd like to bring in a mudra, feel free to do that. And go ahead and close your eyes here. And I just want you to sit with your breath for a moment. We're just going to do a little scan of our body. So maybe knowing where those tight areas might hang out in our body. And just finding your breath, finding that balance between your inhale and your exhale. If your mind is busy, maybe counting your breath so that you know that your inhale and exhale are finding that balance together. So as you inhale, count slowly. And then if you get to the count of four, we're going to exhale to the count of four. Now, maybe you're able to only inhale to two or three, and that's perfect for today. When you work your breath work with intention, it is work. Pranayama is breath work. So just paying attention to that breath moving in through your nose. Nice long exhale. Now we're going to also bring in our Ujjayi breath. So that is the breath that maybe you used for your practice today. So if you've never done that before, we're going to take a nice deep inhale in through the nose. And to start off, we're going to exhale out of the mouth with a sigh. And do that a couple times. So as you do that, just feel the sensation as you exhale, your shoulders melting, feeling that vibration in your throat. And now do the same breath, but keep your mouth closed, jaw relaxed, tongue relaxed. So you're going to hear that sound, you're going to feel your breath. It just allows us to be in the present moment, calms down our nervous system. And then I will bring you, or if you want your own intention, but I love the blessing cards um, that I sometimes read for my classes. So I'm going to bring you a sea of blessings today. The universe is a projection from within you and your, let me start over. The universe is a projection from within you, and you are a projection of the universe. You are vast space, and yet you are spaceless. You are a divine ocean of love, a sea of blessings. You are the wind of change that flows through life. So maybe just sit with that for a couple breaths. And then we'll bring our hands to our heart center for a moment, Anjali Mudra, sealing that blessing, bowing your head to that divine light within, bowing to your practice, bowing to yourself for taking time on your mat today. And then go ahead and open the eyes, hands come back to the knees. Now I want you to just rock around a little bit. So maybe lift your sit bones side to side. And then maybe let those sit bones melt, and we're going to wave through the spine. So I want you to think about what you feel in your spine. Maybe you feel it move all the way up into your neck. I certainly do. But wave it out through the crown of the head. So then I also want you to think of bringing some strength to the lower belly. So we're thinking about the pelvic floor a little bit, the muscles that sit in our pelvis. And think of lifting that space in and up as you move. So it helps us protect our low back. So again, we're just swaying around. Remember, everything is connected from our feet all the way up our back body to our forehead. Just letting it wave around a little bit. All right, so then we're gonna wave over to the right for a little neck stretch here. Let the shoulder relax. You can even give a little press with that left hand. Just allow the breath to melt the tightness. And then we're gonna pull up from that lower belly to come up. Don't strain your neck. Good. And then the next time we're over to the left, we're gonna take our hand down, relax the elbow and shoulder, rolling that right shoulder back. Breathing here. Good. Slowly pull it through the belly to come on up and wave through a couple more times. All right. So inhale, maybe hold on to the knees. We're going to inhale, lengthen here, lift the chin, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. And just take a moment, releasing tightness across the chest. On your next exhale, round the spine, drop your chin. Inhale. Exhale. And just move a few more times. At your own pace, with your own breath. Now, on your next exhale, kind of hold that seated cat stretch here, relax into it, and then keep that strength through the belly and gently Without letting it go, think of one vertebrae at a time, coming back up and lengthen through the crown of the head. Good. We're going to add a little twist here, taking the right hand behind you, keeping the chest nice and open. So if you're really tight, um, so say for instance, if you take your hand over and you just feel like, oh my gosh, this is so tight, stay open here, draw strength through the belly. So it's always good to try different variations because you might find, like for me today, this feels much better. Because remember, our bodies change every day. And then we're going to slowly release and take that left hand behind, roll the shoulder, open up through the chest, but you're also going to stay connected and grounded through your lower belly. Good. Slowly come back to center. All right. So I talked about the feet a little bit. And a lot of times we do some stretches for our feet, but we're going to warm our feet up a little bit. We're going to do a little self massage, even though obviously it feels better when somebody can rub your feet, right? But I find that if I do this before I start um, anything, any poses that are standing, um, my feet just feel lighter and not so tense. So you're going to take your feet out like as if you were going to be in turtle pose. Okay. You can kind of work with them a little bit better. And you're going to have a little bit more power behind you. So I don't want you to wear out your hands. And as you press, I want you to draw strength into the belly and really help put that power down through the arm. And so you're going to start at your heel and just alternate, and you're going to go all the way up to the big toe. So you think of lines from the heel up to each toe, and you're just going to squeeze. And, you might get in there and stretch a little bit, and then come back down. You might find some areas that are a little bit tighter that you didn't realize. And then move over a little bit, and we're going to go all the way up to the second toe and give the tips of it a little squeeze. And then walk those hands back down. And then we'll go up to the middle toe there. And just kind of roll the feet as you do it. Like at this point, as I come back down, I'm using the heel of my hand to rub the outside of my foot. And then go back down, do the fourth. Oof, tender. Again, you might hit those spots. And go all the way up. And then we'll come back down. And again, to the pinky edge. Squeeze your little pinky toe. Now take the heel of your hand and you're just going to so I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to lean over to the right a little bit and just kind of press into the arch of that foot. And I'm going to hold the top of my foot and maybe work my fingers into the top of the foot. And then you can use your right hand, do the same thing. Again, put that power down through the arm. All right. So you are going to use your hands, your fingers to create like little, I refer to it as like the little pedicure cushions. So you're going to take your right foot and you're going to use your left hand and you're going to start at the pinky and you're just going to take fingers in between each of your toes. And then we're going to rotate the ankle around here. Nice deep breaths. So don't engage your ankle. Let the hand move your ankle, kind of flex and point the foot. You might get some adjusting in those toes. Give them a little squeeze. Sometimes we don't realize how tender our toes are either. All right, and then release. See how the foot feels. And then we'll do the other side. So we're going to take our right hand to the left foot. Again, you're going to take your fingers in between your toes and rotate that ankle around. Nice deep breaths. And again, point flex the foot, squeeze the toes. All right, awesome. Okay, so while we're here, we're going to head to turtle pose. So your legs are in a diamond shape, and maybe take hands to the feet. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, think of, so we're working on forward bending, right? So you feel where you're folding from the hip flexors. And you're lengthening out of the low back. Your pelvis is going to tilt forward a little bit. And don't go to your deepest point within those first couple breaths. Just allow yourself to melt. Don't rush. We show up to our mat to slow down, to feel what's going on inside our body, allowing space for our heart mind to connect. If you wanted to go a little deeper, you can always sneak those hands, forearms under, and let the head relax here. You can even wave side to side here a little bit. That feels good. All right, so nice deep breath. I want you to think of pressing into the into the floor, pinky edges of your feet as you come up. So you're always grounding down as you come up so that you're not wearing out one muscle group, that you're actually engaging from the ground and feeling the strength that you get from the earth. Okay, so we are going to head on to our hands and knees. And feel out your hands. Maybe turn the wrists, spread those fingers out. So inhale, I want you to melt the spine, lift the heart center, lift the chin, and just take a moment here, feel out that space. And then I want you to think of the lower belly lifting up. So not completely relaxing the belly here. And then as you exhale, you're going to push your spine to the sky. Big breath. And pressing down through the shins, the hands, drawing the front of the body up towards the spine. And now we'll move in and out a couple times. So inhale. Again, staying connected to your core. Exhale. So move at your own pace. If you want to soften those elbows and transition, for me, it helps keep tightness and tension out of my neck and shoulders. Good. On your next exhale, you're going to hold and then shift your bottom back to your heels. You can open the knees, and we're going to rest in child's pose for a couple breaths. And just feel your shins melt into the floor. The backs of your legs are melting into each other. The bottom half to the top half. Your belly is folding towards your thighs. So we have a lot of folding happening in our child's pose. So extending the arms out with some more energy. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to press down, come up through cat, transition to a modified plank, and hold here. and just feel it out. Eyes are going to look towards the top of the mat. We're lifting up through our lower belly. Big breath in. As you exhale, reach your heart center towards the top, bend those elbows, and we'll come down, sliding those forearms forward for Sphinx. So lengthen here. Maybe go ahead and wiggle around so you can relax when you wiggle. Create some space and then go back down into your mat and rebuild. See how that feels. Slowly release. Hands in line with the chest. We're going to tuck those toes and press back up to our hands and knees. And we're going to give our legs a little stretch. So I want you to extend that right leg back, and we're just going to shift back and forth. So you're in like a modified plank. So we want you to hug into that belly as well. Press down through that shin. Build some integrity as you stretch. Stability. Good. Now you're going to walk the hands over to the left and step your right foot forward. You can move that left knee back. And we're coming in for a low lunge. So you're just going to, again, feel it out. If you want to move in and out of it, you can. If you have blocks, you can come up on blocks. That works too. Good. Tuck that back foot. We're going to lift the knee, pull up through the belly so that it's strong. Okay? Hands to the floor. Slide that right foot back, finding your plank. Either high plank or you can drop those knees, but extend the heart center out. Belly strong. Big breath in. Exhale, we're going to lower. And then roll the shoulders a couple times here. And then draw the elbows in, draw strength up through that lower belly, finding your cobra. Lifting your sternum up, softening the space in between the shoulder blades. Slowly release. Tuck the toes. We're going to press up on the hands and knees again. And then this time extend that left leg back. Really feeling the toes. Maybe try to think of each toe pressing. Again, keep some strength through the core. Good. And then we're going to walk our hands to the right and we'll step that left foot forward. Nice deep breaths here. And again, just warming up the connective tissue around the joints. Again, you can move in and out. Just listen to your body. Now we're going to tuck that back foot under, lift the knee, and then draw strength up through the belly. So again, it's a strong lunge. Good. And then we're going to slide that foot back. Nice deep breath, holding that nice strong plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Come all the way down. We'll do cobra again. Roll those shoulders, elbows hug in, draw strength up through the belly, press down through the tops of the feet. Slowly release. Tucking the toes, pressing back up. Hands and knees, we're going to tuck those toes, lift the knees, draw strength through the belly, then tilt the pelvis so you're lifting your tail up as you shift back. Keep those knees nice and bent. So again, we're just warming up a down dog here. Feel out, neck and shoulders. Then maybe play with the legs here, alternating one foot and then the other. Maybe shifting those hips side to side. Good, nice deep breath. We're going to inhale, come up on the toes. Exhale, heels down, and just kind of let your body wave through that. Inhale up on the toes. Your eyes look forward, and you're going to wave it back. Now this time up on the toes, eyes look forward, and we're going to walk our feet up to the top of our mat. All right, so halfway lift. Sorry about that. My mat was moving on me. All right, so inhale, we're gonna take a halfway lift here. So fingertips can be on the floor, or you can bring your hands to your shins. Maybe soften the knees for a moment, and then press them a little bit straighter. Think from your feet as well. Now soften those knees nice and deep. Let the belly come to the thighs, let the head relax, let the shoulders relax. So I want you to just think about your feet for a moment. I want you to lift the toes and maybe lift the ball of the foot, kind of alternate. So you're pressing that heel down. Now press the ball of the foot down. Watch the toes, spread them out. Little lean into the ball of the foot and toes. And then maybe keep lifting those sit bones and see what happens. Big breath. Stay connected in those feet though. Maybe let your body wave side to side. You can soften the knees as you do that. Again, just kind of getting out of the rigidness sometimes with this wavy movement. And then inhale, lengthen, back to center, halfway lift. Exhale, fold one more time here. Inhale, press down through the feet. We're going to come all the way up. And exhale, arms down. Oh, some just fell. Ooh. All right, nothing like being in your yoga groove and having a picture fall. All right, life at home. Okay, so standing in Tadasana, we're going to spread out our toes, just like we did in our forward bend. I want you to feel out your feet now as you're standing, okay? Maybe go up on the ball of the toes, just feel it out here. Maybe tuck the toes under. Again, just feel out your foundation because we use it all the time, not just on our yoga mat, but keeping your feet flexible too is important. All right. So again, finding Tadasana, we're going to root down, spread out the feet, draw strength up through the legs. Don't lock out your knees. And then within the pelvis, I want you to think about the movement in the pelvis first. So think of pushing the pelvis forward as if you were going to fold, right? So that we're dipping forward or scooping back. I want you to find a neutral space, okay? So we don't want to anterior or posterior tilt our pelvis. We want to find a neutral position. So maybe take hands to your hips and we're going to press down through the pelvis. And you feel the strength pull up through the lower belly, lift up through the heart center. So standing in Tadasana can be a lot of energy, okay? Now staying there as if your hands are on your pelvis, giving that just little encouragement of pressing down, trying to keep that integrity, and then let the arms come down, hands face forward. Give that lift up through the heart center. Allow it to shine up and out. Take a nice deep breath here. All right. So inhale, we're going to press down through those feet. Connect. Feet up through the body, up through the fingertips. Take another breath here. Good. As you exhale, give a little soften to the knees. Bend those knees. We're going to fold. And just fold with bent knees. We're going to get a few folds in today. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Lifting through those sit bones. And we're going to step our right foot back. So right foot goes back. We're going to lower that right knee to the floor. And then maybe walk the hands up to the knee and hang out here. Now go back into your feet. Give it a press. Feel the back foot rooting or press the shin. Good. Taking the hands to the floor, lifting the knee. Again, pull up through the belly so that you can take that foot back. Finding your plank. Big breath in. Exhale. Elbows hug in. You can come all the way down. Roll the shoulders. Let those elbows hug in. Cobra again. If Sphinx feels better for you, Sphinx is perfect. If you want to go to up dog, you're going to press and lift and kind of slide those hips forward. Okay. Now, letting the knees come down, tuck the toes. Keep those knees bent, moving into down dog first. And then again, alternate the heels. And just feel out that back body. From the tops of your hands, up the arms, into the shoulders. Keep the ears in line with the arms. We're drawing into that lower belly. Inhale. Lift up on the toes. Exhale, heels down. Inhale up on the toes. Eyes look forward. We're going to lower the left knee and step the right foot forward for a lunge here. So again, feel free to reposition and then root down, pull strength up, maybe come up. And breathe and just feel what's going on inside. Good. Bring the hands to the floor and we're going to step forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Again, feel out the backs of the legs. Exhale, fold. Draw some strength into the lower belly. Lean into it a little bit. Think of those toes. Kind of gripping on your mat a little. And then soften the knees. We're going to root down through those feet and rise up. Nice and strong. Exhale. Hands to heart or arms to the side. Again, inhale, we'll reach. Take an extra breath here. Feel that strength. Again, from your feet, up the legs. Pull strength through the belly. Don't push your ribs out. One more big breath in. As you exhale, it's like you soften. Keeping those knees nice and bent. Shake the head out. Inhale, we're going to lengthen halfway. And just take maybe another breath here. And then we're going to take that left foot back, left knee to the floor. Root down. Again, pull it up through the belly as you come up. Now we're going to keep our right hand on the right knee. Left arm is at the side. You're going to reach your left arm up and then open. We're just moving to our own range of motion in our shoulder. You've got to soften the elbow, perfect. Now in the third one, we're going to reach for that back knee, and we're kind of open here so you can keep this hand on the knee, or if you want to reach it up, big breath. And then bring those hands back to the floor. Lift the knee, pull strength up through the belly to get that foot back. Big breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, sphinx, cobra or up dog, down dog. Big breaths. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale, heels down. Inhale up on the toes, eyes look forward. We're going to lower the right knee and step the left foot forward. And again, feel it out from the ground up. Draw strength through the belly. Letting that right arm hang at the side for a moment. And then inhale, we'll reach it up and open the chest and rotate it back. Good. So you're also involving that upper body, upper spine. Good. And then go ahead and take the hand to the leg. Maybe that left arm reaches up. Big breaths. And then slowly release. Come back. Lift the knee, pull strength up through the belly to bring that foot forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we're going to press down through those feet, soften the knees, rise up to standing. Exhale. Inhale, arms will reach. Again, connect from the ground up. A lot of times when we lift our arms, our awareness heads up to our fingertips. Stay connected to your mat. One more big breath here. As you exhale, soften down so that we're not wearing out our sacroiliac joint. You don't have to bend forward with straight legs and a straight back. Soften into it, feel it out, and then go a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Take another breath. And then we're going to send that right foot back. Keep the knee off the floor this time. And we're going to have a little twist here. That right hand will go down. Pull strength up through the belly. So you're going to feel like you're lifting up because you are. You're going to be nice and strong in your core. And then that twist is a little bit easier. Breathe. Bring out the belly. Slowly release. Still pull up through the belly. Send the foot back. Big breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra or sphinx. And pull up through the belly, press back, down dog. Now, if you'd like to take a leg lift, we're going to lift that right leg up. Keep the hips parallel. Push out through the heel. So you have lots of stretch coming down that left leg for sure. The back of the leg. Now, eyes are going to look forward. You're going to draw that right knee up into the chest and then see if you can step it forward. If you got to lower that back knee to transition that foot, that's perfect. So draw again up through the belly As you twist, stay connected to your mat. Slowly come back and we'll step forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Press down through the feet, soften through those knees, rise up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Getting warmed up here. Take another breath. Inhale, lengthen halfway. We're going to send the left foot back. You can stay low here or root down through those legs. Pull up, up, up through the belly. Arms are going to reach. Crescent lunge. Again, go back down, squeeze. Press and squeeze, lift and smile. Just feel yourself light up from the inside out. Hands to the heart center. You can stay right here. We're going to add a twist. So don't dive straight for the knee. Think of, so big breath in. As you exhale, twist. So that's a nice little modification. And then maybe think elbow to knee. Good. Press down, slowly come back up. Inhale, reach those arms. Come back to your mat. Step back. Big breath in. Exhale. Chaturanga. Inhale. Sphinx, cobra, or up dog. Down dog. All right, leg lift now with that left leg. Lift, lift, lift. But try not to think so much about lifting the foot straight up. Think more about connect to your hamstring, your glute. Lift from there, the foot will follow, I promise. All right, shift the eyes forward, the body will shift forward, drawing that knee in and up. Step the foot. Take a moment, root down, draw strength in, come on up. You got to wiggle back, go ahead. Hands to heart center. Press, big breath in. As you exhale, you can hang out here or dip down. Big breaths. Good, slowly come back to center. Reach those arms. Hands to the floor. And bring it in. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Root down through the feet. We're going to rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right. So we are going to take our legs wide. So you're going to step wide on your mat. Feet parallel. So as you look at your, maybe the pinky edges of your feet, they're parallel to the edges of your mat. Okay. So hands to your hips. And we're going to soften in our knees here. So go ahead and bend the knees a little bit. And I want you to take fingertips like right into your hip flexor space. Okay. So with those bent knees, I want you to then shift, kind of press through those fingers. You're going to tilt the pelvis forward. I'm guiding my pelvis even with my thumbs, right? So just think of that for a moment. So you're going nice. You're just leading your pelvis forward. Feel it out. Maybe take those hands to the floor, relaxing the head. And then even here, lift those toes for a moment. Feel out your feet. Press the toes down and then press into the tips of your toes as well to the mat. So you're leaning into it a little bit. And then press out through the outer edges of the heels. Good. Inhale. We're going to roll the spine up halfway. You're going to take a line or draw a line from your forehead to the floor with your left hand. Hand can be flat. If you have a block, you can bring it under there, or you can create a fist. That helps give you some stability there for your wrist. Right hand to right hip. Rolling the shoulder. And again, feel the twist out. Stay present in both feet, both legs. We're feeling that strength up through the belly. Reach out through the crown of the head. If it works to lift that arm, awesome. Don't get caught up in your shoulder. Good. And then we're going to release, threading that arm to the left leg. Now you can take it to wherever feels good, right? Find what feels good. So we're going to take our hand there. You're going to reach your left hand out. Big breath. As you exhale, you add just this little funky twist. Breathe. Good. Release. We'll come back to center. Taking that right hand under your forehead, left hand to the left hip. Again, press down as you open. Work from the ground up, through the core, out through the crown of the head. And again, if that left arm wants to lift and it feels good, great. And then we're going to thread that arm as we release over to the right leg. Extend that left arm out. Again, folding. Feeling a little twist. Breathe. Slowly come back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Now, soften both knees. We're going to shift. You're going to turn your right foot. So you're setting your feet up for triangle, okay? You're going to walk your hands over. And then maybe take, that right hand to the shin, or ankle, depends on where you're at. Sink down a little bit so you feel that bend, right? You feel that deep bend. Now, press down through the feet, roll up through the spine, taking that arm up, triangle from the ground up. Big breath. Really feel your breath get nice and deep down into the side of the pelvis there and the hip, low back. Good. Now, slowly soften back down, and we're just going to walk it around. So the right foot turns in, left foot turns out. We're going to walk it over. Bend both knees, big breath. As you exhale, root down through the legs, rolling the spine up, rolling that arm up. Big breaths. When we go back to our mat with our awareness and grow every time with every breath, you're going to feel more freedom in your movements. You're going to feel more stability. Good. Slowly release. Not that it's a have to all the time, but it's just a nice way to add something different into your practice. So coming back to center, soften the knees. I'm going to squat down here a little bit and just squat as far as you can. Big breaths, just feeling that fold. Good. And then root down as we rise up. We're going to roll that spine all the way up. Lift up through the heart. And then walking the feet together. All right. So we're going to come down to the floor. And we're going to take the legs straight out. Okay. And shake the feet out a little bit. Ankles, legs. All right, so I want you to just take your hands by your side. We're going to create Dandasana, staff pose. So you energize the legs, press them down through into your mat. Lift up through the crown of the head, but you're also lifting up through the lower belly. Nice deep breaths. Now, slowly release. So what I want you to do is we're going to walk our sit bones back a couple times. So as you walk the sit bones back, think about the belly maybe moving to the thighs or towards. So we're kind of walking into a forward fold here. All right. So when you feel like you can settle here, reaching those arms out. Nice deep breaths. And then we'll slowly come back up, bringing that left foot on the inside of the right leg for Janushirasana. And just wiggle around in those sit bones, feel it out here. And then lengthen up nice and tall. So if you need to bend the knee, you certainly can. Okay, if that feels better to soften the knee up a little bit, that's perfect. So lengthen, and then we're gonna fold. If you want more of an active stretch, you wanna press down through the leg and extend those arms, but try to keep the shoulders out of the ears. Okay, slowly come back up. Extend, left leg out, right foot in. Wiggle on those sit bones. And then lengthen up here. Feel it out. One side, as we know, feels different than the other. Exhale. Moving into your stretch. Listening to your body. Slowly come back up. All right, so we are going to lay on our back. And just take a moment. Now we've changed position, right? So now we're feeling out our back on the floor. And then I want you to hug both knees into the chest. Rocking side to side. Coming back to center. We're going to extend the left leg out, drawing the right leg in. You can move the knee side to side there. Hold in place, hold the center, and take the hands under the knee and draw in, keeping that knee bent. Maybe see if you can walk the hands up a little bit, right? And then maybe see if you can journey into your leg going a little straighter. Big breaths. If you can reach your big toe, awesome. And then we're going to slowly release our hand from our leg. Press your low back to the floor. We're going to slowly take our leg back down. And then you're going to bring your right or left leg in. And again, we're going to rock side to side here a little bit with the leg. Taking those hands under the knee. Just kind of move in and out here with that stretch. If you want to walk the hands up the lower leg and explore. If you can reach your big toe, again, awesome. Good. Release your foot. We're going to lower the leg down. Good. And then draw both knees in again. Taking the feet to the floor. And we're going to set a bridge pose. So feet are under, ankles under the knees. Press the back of the head and just gently tuck the shoulders under. Feeling out your natural curve in your neck. So your chin doesn't want to press towards your collarbones. You want to create space. Okay. Now take a nice deep breath here. I want you to create the shape in the low back. So kind of overemphasize the curve in the low back. So we're tilting our pelvis. And then as you exhale, I want you to anchor that pelvis down. Think of kind of scooping the tail there. We're not lifting to bridge. Inhale, creating that space in the lumbar spine. Anterior tilt as you exhale. And feel that core strength. And you feel it also down through the legs. You'll do that one more time. Big breath in. As you exhale, feel that strength at the end of the breath. I want you to lift. Maybe tucking those shoulders underneath you a little bit more. But try not to just hang out in this pose. It's really easy to just hang out. I want you to think from the feet, up through the legs, lifting up, breathe. Anchor down through the shoulders. And then we'll slowly release. And bring those knees into the chest. Taking the feet to the floor. And we're going to take our right ankle on top of the left thigh, flexing the foot, and just kind of shift around. And then we're going to lift that left foot up off the floor. Take the hands maybe around that hamstring. So we're drawing that left thigh in as we move the right thigh away. And breathe. If you want to go deeper, you can straighten that left leg and walk the hands up the leg. Slowly release, open the arms. Slide that right leg on top of the left. We're going to scoot our bottom to the right and we're going to move to a twist. So legs are going to move to the left. Press into the top of that left hand as you look out past the right hand. Good. Slowly bring the head back to center, legs back to center, and we'll switch. Taking that left ankle on top of the right thigh. Move around here. And then lift that right foot. Hands can come around that right thigh. You can shift a little bit here. Drawing that thigh in as you move your left knee out. And again, you can always straighten up that leg, walk the hands up, keep the shoulders out of the ears. Try not to be really hard and round in your low back if you're doing that. If you're going a little bit deeper, I want you to think of the back staying on the ground, because that's what's going to keep it in the hip and not stress the low back, your sacroiliac joint. And then slowly release, moving the arms, slide that left leg on top of the right, scoot your bottom over to the left, and we'll twist. We'll press through that top of the right hand as you look past the left hand. Breathe. Slowly come back to center. Uncross the legs. You made it. Go ahead and send those legs out, arms out. Nice deep breaths here. And just allow yourself to melt into your mat. Think from your toes, soften your toes. The spaces in between your toes. The tops and bottoms of your feet are soft and relaxed. Let the heels sink heavy into the floor. The backs of the legs are melting. The thighs are relaxed. Feeling your belly move as you breathe. But allowing that pelvic floor, since we worked on it so much, allow it to relax here. But take a big deep breath. Allow those big deep breaths to fill up all the way down into your pelvis. Relaxing the arms, shoulders, back of the head. Soften the skin on your face, your forehead, in between your eyebrows, mouth, your jaw, your tongue. Try your best to not let your mind wander on to the next thing. Just stay right here. Have a moment to yourself before you get out and moving onto your day. And within the next few breaths, allow some movement to come back into your body. Little wiggles, fingers or toes. Maybe a stretch or a yawn. Whatever feels good. And then eventually we're going to roll and rest onto our side. And then moving back up to a seated position. Feeling out your body here. Feeling out those sit bones. Keeping the eyes closed. Feeling out the spine. Out through the crown of your head. And then we're going to bring our hands to our heart center, to Anjali Mudra. Bowing your head as you close your eyes. Soaking into a moment of gratitude for our practice together today. Moving, breathing, listening within. Allowing the divine light of love and kindness to shine even brighter within us. We encourage every being around us to live from that light as well. Wishing each of you an amazing day. Namaste. So thank you for joining me today. Again, it's a nice slow practice. As you could see, we just kind of focused in more on forward bending. If you have any questions ever, you can always comment or shoot me a shoot me an email at yogawithdanamarie@gmail.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll keep bringing some more fun stuff for you. Facebook page as well. So have a lovely day, and we'll see you next time. Take care.